The Hidden Files.
The X-Files?
Episode 1 of the Hidden Files.
Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck it. Can that be the intro?
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
It's 85 degrees in here.
Fuck me.
We'll see how warm we can get this by the end of the
Crank it
podcast.
up. Crank the heat up.
Honestly, this is kind of like a sauna. Good active recovery.
Yeah. So what's going on, guys? We're here with Griffin and Pat. They're going to be joining Blacklisted as coaches, and we're going to do a little intro video or intro podcast and kind of get to know them a little bit better. So thanks for just getting done working out and jumping in on this, guys.
Just got to roll in from sweat to sweat, you know.
It's
In an 85-degree sauna.
There's no airflow in here at all.
Yeah. Feels great.
Definitely preferred it.
Panic attack central, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys want to tell us a little bit about yourselves? Pat, you want to start?
No. He has to start, dude.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I can't structure
I'll
this.
start. You can't?
I don't know how to structure my thoughts.
That's true.
Like, I don't speak in coherent sentences.
Welcome to the Hidden Files. You're going to get used to this shit. I'll do it. It's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
They're going to play this game.
Cool, man.
All right. Well, where to start? Previous football player for a long time. But once I transferred into CrossFit when I was 24-ish, 25, somewhere around there.
That's how old
So,
I am.
huh?
That's how old I am.
Well, you know.
Christian, there's
Couldn't
still
handle-
hope.
You couldn't handle the heat, bro? You had to open the door?
It's too hot in here.
Hey, I'm closing the door. Dude, you're sweating. I like it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, let's get this bad boy up here.
Dude, yeah, you almost dropped us a degree, dude.
Crank it up. Yeah, we'll do a fast track real quick. So, my uncle got me into it, and then I was like, all right, let's get this thing rolling. I was like, let's go to the games, go make it happen. And my first year of CrossFit was 2016, that first open. Got my ass kicked.
Like, I think pretty much everybody does.
Yeah, flipped off the bar on the whatever bar muscle up workout it was. Like, legitimately did the whole backflip, just let go, flying in
I
the
think
air
you
shit.
like flipped off the bar.
Yeah, that too. You know,
Bad.
like,
Was that the snatches bar muscle up one?
yes.
Oh, man.
Absolutely launched myself. I was like, yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a bad time. Then went over to CrossFit Douala, joined their team. We went to semifinals, almost went to the games, had a girl get hurt. Then the next year made it happen, went to the games in 2018. Then went immediately, was like, all right, let's get individual. Qualified Dubai. So I went to Dubai. I went to the Netherlands. I went to Brazil. I went to Norway and won that. That's how I qualified as an individual, which was a great time. Coolest event ever, except I never want to run up a ski slope again.
Norway was a great time.
Yes.
Not the online games.
No. The online games. I would have liked to front squat 490 in front of 100,000 people and them all lose their absolute
That would have been
minds.
sick as fuck.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
got to do it in front of 6 people. And they lost their minds.
And they were all 6 feet apart.
Damn, that was they definitely were not 60. COVID,
Double.
the COVID files. Yeah, no, we actually had a lot of people come show up at the gym, that was kind of cool in the sense of like you had this community thing, but
Yeah.
I mean it's never gonna replace being in front of everybody else.
Yeah,
doing
no
everything.
Should have just done it all together, just taking the L.
Then
Edit that
next
out.
year, obviously COVID stuff, had to do the Atlas Games online. That was a shit show. Got a 10-minute penalty on a ring muscle up workout, so I was out of the games on that specific point, which was stupid because I had to do friendly Fran again. I never want to touch that workout again with my
Wait,
wife.
they did Friendly Fran as a repeat that year?
In the Atlas Games, yeah. I did it in 342. It was disgusting.
That's moving.
I don't understand Fraser how the fuck he did it in 318 or whatever he did, but
Yeah, that's
you
really
know,
moving.
whatever. And then we did the Syndicate Crown demo team. And then this year I got hurt, not even really getting to do shit on some pistols. Unfortunately, it was very, very fit, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
That is sport.
So it'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes. So yeah, so now we've got a whole lot more to go in this career.
Yeah.
and a shifting of tides. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming down the pipe,
For sure.
especially for this guy.
Why'd you look at me when you said? Why'd you look at me when you said coming down the pipe?
Because you like to beat people off the grid. Also, yeah, join a grid team. So
Yeah.
that's fun. If you don't know about it, you should look it up because it's fast, exciting, and I wear almost no clothing.
Yeah, little to none.
Pat?
I'll start from. Yeah, I played sports my whole life. Fun fact: I actually wanted to fight in the UFC when I was like 7.
Man, that is a
8.
jump.
And
Well, I trained boxing. I was kind of like, yeah, I did boxing like all through like elementary school and middle school, and then I
Yeah.
switched over to like martial arts for those like 3 to 4 years. I played rugby too, and then I kind of realized that like I really like the training part, but I don't like the fighting part. And like
the getting hit in the face wasn't the most enjoyable.
honestly, it wasn't even that. It was just like the stress.
Oh,
Yeah,
of the fights?
like the build up. Cause like so I worked at a place called Nova MMA, and I would do like the fight team
Yeah.
training camps that like I actually like forced myself into, and the coach hated me. So he would just put me up against like the meanest people who
Yeah.
would just beat the shit out of me for like a couple hours at the camp, and then I would do the training and workouts with them. And I did that for like a couple years, and eventually like kind of earned my spot there, but I still don't really think I belong there.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what I thought I wanted to do, and then I did a couple like smoker matches, which is like where you
smoke a pack and then fight.
smoke a full pack of Marlboro
That'd be
Reds.
so stupid.
you actually hit a bong rip of a cigarettes, and then you fight somebody. But
They've also hit a rip, or you're the only one?
no, just you.
Just you, okay.
Yeah, no, but you like basically you set up to like you wear like shin pads and headgear, and you do like a mock match, and there's like a bunch of other people that show up too. It's like they do kind of like a what's it called? Like it's like a leaderboard. Like
Yeah.
it's like a mini tournament.
Yeah.
It's like 12 people.
Okay.
So I did like 2 of those, and then I kind of was like, yeah, like I kind of just like working out. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it went fine, but yeah. And then went into the army. Kind of did the same thing where I was like, I want to be a Green Beret. So I like kind of started to go that route. And then once I started doing like the job and going to the field and stuff, I was like, this is whack. I hate this. I don't want to get like, I don't know, whatever. I was like, I don't want to get blown up in like the middle of nowhere for no reason.
Yeah.
But I like shooting and like the bomb stuff like got really old. Like blowing
The military.
blowing shit up
yeah.
gets so old, bro. I'm telling you.
The military has a great way of making cool things
Not
boring as fuck and not as fun.
It's like I used to love camping, dude.
Hate it.
Hate it now.
Hate it.
But
They ruined camping for me.
You don't like blowing shit up anymore?
No, like it, dude. It's so when you like I
I
went to
feel like we could get that changed back.
when you go to demo.
Man, it's
Like yeah, when you like my OSUT is like on station unit training, so that's where you go for like combat engineer school. And there's like a whole demo phase of engineer school, and you're just like at the demo range all day, building charges, blowing shit up,
Mhm.
and doing like the what's it called, explosive breaching.
Mhm.
But like after that, you're like, wow, this is really cool. And then you get to your unit, and then you go to like a demo range every like, more or less like every 6 months,
Mhm.
and it's just like it's like the most whack shit ever.
By the numbers bullshit.
Dude, it's whack as hell. But yeah, we were at his first cab at Fort Hood, and it's like you're always training. It's like you're always in the field. You're always doing stuff. We're at 86 degrees.
Yeah.
You're like not sweating. I've sweat through my
Yeah,
shirt.
I'm sweating, dude. It's
It's not rolling down your face. It's down my legs.
Yeah, I think I'm just dehydrated. But yeah, so my unit did like a couple train ups to get slots to go to schools, and it was like a PT test uniform and like a obstacle course where they make you like crawl the whole time and like do a bunch of
What obstacle course is that?
There was like the air assault obstacle courses,
Oh, okay.
but like we did a train at 4 slots for special forces when I was in Korea, and
Yeah.
like it was like show up at like 03 in uniform and boots, and you're gonna do a PT test and you have to get a certain score,
Mhm.
and then everyone else goes home.
Okay.
So we did that and made it through that part, and then the people who made it, they're like, all right, like we're all meeting up at, it was called like Air Assault Hill,
Okay.
and it was a parking lot basically, but a huge obstacle course.
Okay.
On the other side of the parking lot, and I mean it's like 20 obstacles.
Mm.
It's a lot, and they're all nasty, like the Jacob's ladder.
It's probably similar to what Bud's has down at their place, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
And they're like 40 feet, and there's like no pads. You're
Yeah,
just
that
like,
sounds very similar to what Bud's has.
well, I'm probably gonna die if I fall, so I'm not gonna fall. But yeah, they get to the parking lot and they're like, all right, only like 50 people on the course. And we had like 100 people or whatever, and they just smoke the shit out of you until like people quit. And then they're like no walking on the course, so they had to crawl in between all the obstacles. And like while you're waiting for an obstacle, you're just doing air squats and like push-ups and stuff. And there's like you have to do like a legless rope climb,
Yeah.
and put your feet over like a log to get onto the first obstacle.
Yeah.
And like no one, like a shitload of dudes couldn't climb the first rope, which was hilarious because you're just like trash.
Yeah.
And that was like all day. And then we had to meet the next morning and do a 12-mile ruck, and you had to make it under the.
Was it 2:30 time cap?
So
Or 3 hour?
it was interesting because it was like 12 or 15 dudes,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like you had to be in the top 5, so it wasn't even really like.
So it was competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even like I don't even think it was like a time limit. It was just like there's a 3-hour time limit, of course, but
yeah, drop dead.
But I mean, I did it in 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Okay.
And that's like with a rifle and a 45
Yeah.
pound pack and stuff. And then I got a slot, and I was like, I actually don't want to do that. I just want to work out.
I just wanted.
Because I trained up for it like crazy because I
Yeah.
wanted to get a slot so bad, and then I got it, and I was like, I don't want to commit 8 years. Number one, and number two, I guess I just like competing and like beating all these motherfuckers at fitness.
Exercising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then I actually didn't do CrossFit at that time. I was just doing bodybuilding and like kind of cardio, like stupid cardio workouts where I do like 1,000 lunges and like stuff like that. Where I'm like, I'm gonna do 1,000 lunges today and like just destroy myself. But yeah. And then my sister was like, you should try CrossFit.
Yeah.
The guy I was working out with from my unit was like, I'm done with you. You're crazy.
This is too much.
He's like, I don't want to do any more cardio. This is too much. I was like, okay, cool, man. And then I was like, totally understandable. Totally understandable. But yeah, and then I started CrossFit January of 2019. And like I did the Open.
Yeah.
It's like the first CrossFit workouts in a gym was this 2019.
Did you just get kicked into?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I didn't really see it that way. I was just like, oh, this is sick. Like,
Yeah.
just like getting, because you see like that you get better so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Especially early on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I was
Yeah,
like,
until you don't.
Yeah.
yeah, and actually RJ from our grid league team was my first CrossFit coach at that gym, and that's where I met Dan too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I actually saw RJ. I don't think he knows this, but I was like, this dude's a bitch. Like I could totally be I could totally be way fitter than this fucking guy. And I realized that he's really, really fit. And I was like, oh shit, I'm like a couple years behind this dude. Yeah. He front squatted like 365 in class, and then I think I front squatted like 205.
Hey, you just front squatted 365 the other day.
I did. Yeah, so
A couple years behind. You weren't wrong.
yeah. But I snatch more than him now.
Ah, there we go.
So
That's more important.
yeah. It's way cooler.
Suck it, RJ.
But suck it, RJ. He won't listen to this. So
So we're good.
Yeah, it's fine. Even if I tell him to listen to it, he won't listen to it. But yeah, and then after that, I got out of the Army because I was like, I just want to do CrossFit or in fitness, basically. Because I hated the Army, and I was like, I want to do stuff I'm passionate about. and not like waste my time, basically. Because you only get one of these guys. You only get one, right? But yeah, I mean, and then I moved back to Virginia from Texas and just started kind of training to try to get to the CrossFit Games.
Now you're here.
Now I'm here.
You also joined a grid team. Like you skipped that whole shit.
Oh, and I joined a grid league team in 2020 because I came up here for a training camp. I stayed at Dan's house, and he was like, "You want to come with me to Florida in 2 weeks and stay here for like basically 3 weeks?
Sounds
and
like
do
Dan.
nothing." I was like, "Sure." So I was like, "What are we doing?" He was like, "Grid." I'm like, "Cool." So he just like showed me. Took a week to like show me all the movements and stuff, and just like threw me into an AS1 tournament, which was like the COVID condensed grid season, where instead of like it being 4 or 5 months, it's like 2 days. So like I did like my first 5 grid matches in 2 days,
That's cool.
and like Blake, our like main dude, tore his quad, and RJ was all messed up, so I was just getting like absolutely abused. It was a rad time, but
It's funny. Dan tried to get me to do grid in 2020.
oh, we would have.
You told him no?
Just
No, well, a lot of the grid teams try to get me to do grid,
Yeah.
and every year that I did the trials, it was for money. Like you make
Oh, you
$100.
won money on the trials?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
okay.
so they're like they come out with like I don't know 15
yeah.
workouts whatever,
Yeah.
right? You pay $10 or $15 to sign up, and if you win as an amateur or just no one that actually signs up on a grid team, you get $100 if you beat everybody that signs up for it.
Oh,
If
okay.
you beat the pro,
Yeah.
and you take their money too, so you can make $200 a workout.
Oh, okay.
you got banned.
I did.
Long story short, he got banned.
I got banned because I kept winning them all and taking all this money, and they got mad, which was it's fair, I guess. But there was no rule.
It's not fair. It just
I don't
makes
think-
sense.
I don't think, yeah.
It makes sense. Like you should have like made it's the Griffin clause.
Why
like,
did you not, like, account for that as a possibility, though?
That a stud would show up and just.
And
I don't think
yeah.
I don't think they thought that's the thing. I don't think
think
they
they
thought of it as a possibility.
Well, so, like-
no one's just gonna win everything.
The first year, I think
Wrong.
Enter Griffin.
the first year I did I don't know like 8 of them and made like $1,400 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And the next year I was like, fuck it.
Let's
Let's
try.
do like
Let's do
all of them. And I kept winning, and they were like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
that. You're like, you're done.
I remember one year it was RJ. I was talking to RJ and he was like, because he was
Probably
right
fuck-
below you
On
for
one
like,
of the workouts, dude, who's so close.
for like a couple of them. It was like right below, and RJ was like, I fucking hate this Griffin guy. Before we knew you, it's so funny.
Yeah, no, because I remember that. It was
Yeah,
always
yeah.
they would like show like the leaderboard of the closest ones, and RJ was pretty close on a lot of them. I was like, damn, that sucks.
He's a fit boy.
Yes, he is.
Was he the pro, or?
Yeah, he's the pro.
He was the pro?
But I
Yeah.
kept taking his money and the amateur money.
So he was like, sick, this is going to be...
Well, I
easy
would do
money
ones
for
that like
me.
I shouldn't be doing, like 25, like the max handstand push-ups in 30 seconds, or like
Oh,
25
yeah.
or 25 toes to bar for time, like and I don't know. There was like a max unbroken toes to bar one too, and I
Yeah.
don't know. Like I did all these random ones like I shouldn't be doing or didn't know how. That's how I taught myself that I'll do like freestanding handstand push-ups and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like just doing random shit.
You're like,
You know?
I'm just trying to win money.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get money, and like I would do it like over I don't know right before some comp like every year 'cause it was the same time, around like I don't know March-ish. So they
Yeah,
had
when
the
was that?
open and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it-
Around like May, March
Yeah.
timeframe, right? May, March to May, right?
I don't even know if it was that long. It might have been March to April but yeah, essentially.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's a month.
Yeah, like I don't remember, but yeah,
Yeah.
just for free money. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Let
Get
me
that free money,
get
bro.
that, and then yeah, because they banned me, I didn't do them out of spite. No, I'm kidding. I just didn't do them. Just
You couldn't.
well, they said if you signed with the team, you could do them, and then I was like, but
Do you
No.
win money if you sign up with the team?
I could only make the $100 per workout. However, there's still 14. I could make like $1,400. I can't win all the gymnastic stuff out of like you gotta
Right.
be tiny, but like I could still
That's
make money on them.
Right, right.
But I was like in my brain, I was like I'm used to the 200.
yeah, like I'm not settling for less here.
Fuck this. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't do that this year, but we did win our first grid match last weekend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You sound disappointed about that.
Crab leg dubs,
I don't know.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, hell yeah. Eat
Yeah.
the
So
W.
this is the one that I can't. It's hard to do for me. I need the assist.
Little known fact, yeah, he has to have the assist for the dub.
I need the assist from my right hand for that dub. Yeah.
What kind did Dan? So Dan got both you guys in the grid then, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of your first match?
I thought it was actually pretty cool. I think the fact that they do them at expos is a smart idea to get people to see it, and like it's exciting to watch, and everybody that like they have no idea what's going on, but like it was kind of cool. Like they're like everyone that's watching is like, it's really interesting. It's really fast. It keeps you like interested, and then next thing you know, you're like yelling at the TV on YouTube like what's happening, right?
But you don't know what's going on.
But you have no idea what's going
You're
on.
like, go faster!
Yeah,
You're
right.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, so I thought it was cool. I mean, it also shows you like how much you need to rely on teammates to be able to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So like I miss that aspect so much from sports.
Yeah.
CrossFit does not give me that. It definitely not as an individual. Team could. You got to get back to that, but like it's not the same. You got to work together, and it makes it mean more, in my opinion, to work with other people to be able to do something.
For sure.
It's funny because we're the opposite. I hate team sports. Do not like team stuff. Yeah, I don't like having to like
rely on others,
but I do like the pressure from like to not let other people down.
Yes.
Okay. That's where all the adrenaline comes.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But I don't like being on a team necessarily. If that makes sense. I don't know. I like same thing growing up. Like I never liked team sports.
Yeah.
Except for rugby, but like.
Do you feel like whenever sport you played, people always let you down on your team? Is that why?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. I mean, I also like for CrossFit at least, like I like the direct feedback, like where like I did this wrong, I did this. It's like so easy to take responsibility for like your performance, right? And like you're getting that like, oh, I suck at this. But where it's like a team thing, like if we lost last weekend, or it's kind of like, all right, like
it was out of your control.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's more of a control thing.
Yeah, I guess it could be because like I'm thinking about the next match too, and I'm like, oh, I got to make sure like everyone's set, and it's like, no, I just got to do my best. That's always the thing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, okay, but it's weird. Like you can still do your best and maybe still be like not satisfied.
Yeah.
Because you could still lose and do your best.
Yeah, but I mean, you can have that in the individual side of things too, like
right. But then it's like, well, I did my best.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Like, who cares?
Yeah, because it's like, oh, like I still like, you can still pick things out. I guess you could do that for both.
So
yeah.
I
don't like. Let me not like it.
In like 3 years, I want to hear if your answer is still the same. Because like the reason I jumped into an individual is I played only team sports my entire life.
Yeah.
And I always was like the guy that like I want the ball. I want like the pressure. I want to win the game. I want to do everything I need to do for the team. And then like when we lost, I'd be like, well, I played the best I possibly could. There's nothing else I could do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. Well, like I was like, all right, well then we should try something individual and really see if you enjoy the other side of it. I'm like, it's not fun. I would rather. It's fucked up. I'd rather lose on a team, like and fix it. But however, you have to have the right teammates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I don't have the right teammates, different story. Fuck that. Right. Like I'm an individual but I want to not necessarily use the word rely, but like I want to have people I know I can trust to do what they need to do, and then it means more because it takes more for everyone to be on the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. Just individual it gets boring. It just, I don't know. Like, I also work even better when I know I have to do something for other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personality, too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I mean, I was taught, like, growing up, I was always the leader by example. I didn't fucking want to talk to anybody, but I will for sure lead the motherfucking way.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just, as an individual, what way are you leading? You're just doing you.
Yeah.
That's the part I like. I did my first like actual individual competition for CrossFit in May, I think. I did one in the end of 2019.
Yeah.
But it was like the dumbest CrossFit competition ever. It was literally like a CrossFit total, and then a like 20-minute AMRAP of like air squats, push-ups, and like burpees.
It's like a Cindy-esque workout.
Literally Cindy. Yeah, it was literally Cindy and like CrossFit total, and those were the two events.
Balanced.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, this is whack as hell, but I did it. I mean, it was fine. But I don't count that one.
Yeah.
But I had like, and I've done a bunch of team ones, like doubles, and then like teams of 4.
Okay.
Up to that, but I like had the most fun individually, personally.
Yeah.
I don't really know why though.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I just had like a super rad time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because if you don't gel with if you don't gel with the team, or you find teammates that are on your same ability level, team can be one of the worst experiences of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I never thought it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I also like the quote. Essentially, it goes along the lines of like, if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people, like go with a group, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So go with Blacklisted.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think for like one big thing is like I want to grow I want to grow every day. If I'm not getting better, what the fuck am I doing? And then like I'm just not. You have to have goals to get better at. And I think in the individual side of CrossFit, for all of you that want to win the games as an individual, you legitimately. It is a full-time job, and you cannot do another job. Mm-hmm. So, like, coach, can't do that. You want to win the games, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like that, like as an individual,
yeah,
you cannot do that. The big place where I lose, and I know it every day, and it bothers me, is the fact that like I have to work to support what I do.
Yeah. And
that part is the time you should be doing all of the extra recovery. Like
the accessory work, the
all
recovery, the extra nutrition, like
you can even be doing like low intensive skill work, essentially, like where you're just playing around, learning new stuff, like essentially like being a kid where you're just playing and having fun and working on stuff. I can't. You can't do that.
You're I'm getting done with the workout, and now all of a sudden I'm
turning around and handling 30 people.
Yeah.
And making sure their day is great. And then like the mental side of that, like you're like a psychologist.
Dude, you're
people.
so smoked by the end of that too. Like
so
smoked.
So like the other side of it is like I understand at a certain point individual what I can take my individual career to. Yeah. And I do think I know I could be in the top 10 of the games. I actually do know I could do that. Being on the podium, it's gonna have to be. I gotta get the right workouts. Right. And at the end of the day, with what I do now, I would have to drop everything. Yeah. That's not gonna happen. However, I do know how good I am on a team. Yeah. Like from sports, it's what I'm built for. I think there's a lot left in my career, especially on a team, to go and win the games. For sure. It's more enjoyable. Yeah. But that's why I'm wondering, 3, 4, 5 years, if you still feel like I love individual shit.
Yeah, I'll probably change. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know actually, because I'm like Griffin. Like I was dead set on going individual in CrossFit, and then the first year that I went team, I was like, oh, I'm never doing individual again. And this is what I'm a team athlete.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about a lot of people and I'll say this quote. I won't say who said it, because there's a few people. But when I qualified and won Norway to go to the games as an individual, I had already been on a team. And I got, we were in the back or whatever, and man, how's it feel? You finally did it. And I'm like, what do you mean? I've already been to the games. Yeah. And no, but you did. You didn't, but you have now. And I'm like, no.
No.
I have. And they're like, yeah, but it's not the same. And I'm like, yeah, it's different things, but
It's still at the games, like.
Dude, like, what are you saying? It's not as competitive? You're not as good? Like, it's way harder to be an individual than as a team. I think at the moment in CrossFit, if you're talking like to win, no. To win, you gotta be like the best.
Yeah.
I don't care team, individual.
Yeah.
However, the drop off of ratio of like
Yeah.
the top 20 versus of like teams and individuals, yeah, there's so much more
Significant
variation.
difference, yeah.
But at some point in CrossFit, like if it grows the way we need it to grow,
The gap will continue to close.
it'll just close.
Yeah.
And it's going to be harder and harder and harder to the point where, like, winning the games on a team, got to be a full-time job.
Full-time job, yeah.
And I think, like, love to have that back.
I mean, honestly, it's almost to that point now, too. Like, winning the games on a team.
Oh,
Like
for
Mayhem's won every year, and that's their full-time job is literally.
That's the only way you're going to beat them.
Right,
So, I mean, that's what Proven's doing now, and I think there's going to be a lot more room as it grows if more sponsors get into CrossFit and create this place where, like, I think team actually could create a much bigger
Hell yeah.
involvement.
Yeah.
You have 4 people on a team. That means there's more people that want to
people
watch
there.
these people. If
Yeah.
you make these events make sense
Yeah.
and get people involved in it,
Yeah. I've always
sports are the most watched sports.
in America for sure, and America brings in the most revenue from my understanding for CrossFit. I've always thought that they needed to do one gym from every state gets a bid to like whatever semifinals or regionals, whatever it is, and then you qualify from there, and you can recruit whoever you want, however you want to your gym in whatever state you want, and then that way you have the whole state behind you versus like a random CrossFit gym with 150 members now randomly goes to the games every year, and you get way more draw from like the state. You probably get more funding from the state too, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine a lot of professional sports teams get funding from the state, you know. So
That would be kind of cool. It'd just be a different event, I think.
it would be, yeah.
But I mean, that would be cool. Somebody start that.
Pitch that. There you go, Dave. Hook it up. Or Tony Budding. I don't think he's.
Over 87.
Oh shit!
Just went up.
You literally are not sweating on your phone.
I've been checking it. I think I'm dehydrated. I think something's wrong.
Probably.
I mean, I've been.
Pat's dying.
You need a Pedialyte?
No, dude.
No.
I am.
Oh, it's just Pat. Pat, are you a demon?
We're going down this road now.
Griffin and I have been playing Diablo non-stop. I'm also level 41 now. Not a big deal.
And they're demons.
So where do you guys see yourself like athletically and like coaching in the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh, 3 to 5 years.
We could do 1 to 5. What'd be easier for you?
I feel like
1
it's
to 3?
harder.
1 to 3? 1 to 2?
I don't know. I always think these are hard because, like, if someone asked me 3 months ago where I think I'd be, it would not be. I would
Here?
not say Georgia.
Yeah, right. I know.
That was a text message I got from Amanda that was like, "What do I need to get you here?" I was like, "Job, place
Job.
to sleep."
And hookers.
Well, I texted you that. And it was like, "Cool, bet, coming in a week." Quit all my jobs. I was like, "Bye."
See you there.
See ya.
So no clue.
No.
Just
I mean,
whatever
I
they
have a direction.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more important, like trying to walk the path.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's a quote from the Book of Eli. I actually don't know, but it's funny.
Denzel on it?
Denzel Washington, yeah. Walk the path. Blind with a machete.
Blind? Yeah.
Whew, it's hot in here. Dude.
You're not even sweating.
I feel like I've got like a
Light perspiration.
a
going
light
on.
layer of
Yeah.
sweat.
My shirt's soaked through. Just like completely.
I mean, mine is.
Christian, how you doing?
It's my t-shirt is really. I can't help it.
Love it. I like this.
Yo, someone called Dion Primetime. They do that. He's selling, or like the sponsor for the new.
Oh,
like,
Keon?
No, not. What?
Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not Keon?
They're the hydration packets.
We're not talking about the same
We're not
thing.
talking about the same thing.
No.
What are you
Right.
talking about?
Oh my God, prime time. You don't know what prime time is?
Deion Sanders,
Oh, no.
Oh,
Is that-
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
The
Yeah,
owner-
now he's at Colorado.
the
now.
owner of Prime Energy, the drink.
No, that's not the same people, dude.
Never mind.
That's
Logan Paul.
yeah, the Paul
shit.
brothers. Yeah. He thought he owned the
Arnold
Prime
Palmer.
drinks.
The sons of Arnold Palmer.
And we're back to the whole shit he said at the beginning, where his fucking thoughts are all fucked up and everything.
I told you, you can't let me lead a conversation.
No, all right, Jesus.
That's podcaster though.
Christian's got it.
You want to keep talking about? We didn't talk about Diablo at all.
That guy?
You don't know Deion Sanders.
He's an MMA
No.
fighter.
Nope.
Yo, at Prime, I'm about to tag you in this. This man doesn't know who you
I'm
are.
not a football
That's
guy.
hard disrespect.
Yeah, please send me money and don't beat me up.
Send me money.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so one of the best football players of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Arguable. Never heard of him.
You said you won't. Fair. Fair. Damn, that's hard
He
disrespecting.
also played baseball though.
He did.
He did.
He's a great.
Even worse at baseball,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, phenomenal athlete. But anyway, so he is now the coach at Colorado, and he is like sponsored by a company that has it's essentially like a portable air conditioner,
I want that at 90.
I wanted it.
but you like use water with it and ice or something. And then,
Oh.
yeah, like this whole room would be cold as fuck.
Well, we don't want that. We're trying to go.
90.
I mean,
This
you know,
podcast doesn't end until we get to.
I don't know.
Man.
I don't remember what the name of the company.
Christian
is.
start doing burpees.
But yeah, you could get that in here.
Wait,
Cool it
wait.
down.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about where you want to be in 3 to 5 years.
I was, but you know, we had the segue for that, and I
Then
figured
it went
I'd
to
take-
87. and we
Yeah, I
got
figured I would
sidetracked.
take
That's true.
advantage
I
of
feel like
that.
I just felt like it was my job to announce and make those air horn noises every time it goes up. a degree. Yeah. We gotta edit in some like every time it goes up a degree.
Yeah. Just flash it at the bottom of the screen.
It's like Hot Ones.
Just as loud as you can go.
It's like the Hot Ones wings show, but instead of like spice your wings,
That'll
the
be-
spicier it gets. It
That'll
just
be
gets
the
hotter in
that'll
here.
be the catch to our podcast.
This podcast ends when we're all dying and tap
It's
out.
a sauna.
Slowly gets hotter.
It's
It's honestly such a good idea.
It's-
I mean, it is what
At
we're doing.
Joe Rogan, you're up, bud.
We're literally doing it. So.
Yeah, you won't. He will now.
yeah.
All right, I'll go. 3 to 5 years. I'm only doing remote coaching / some Olympic weightlifting, like in-person coaching, because that's what I love to do. So I don't have to I'd rather not have to coach classes.
Yeah.
Doing that out of necessity. And then 2 semifinals, CrossFit Games.
Check those boxes.
Yeah, and just honestly, just keep competing individually.
Yeah.
And on teams. Clearly I'm doing grid. I don't mind team. I like being on a team, especially because of the people you meet.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's part of the journey,
Mhm.
the fitness journey is
Yeah.
meeting people. Because if
Yeah.
you're just doing it by yourself, not meeting anyone,
In a corner, just fucking doing a bunch
Yeah,
of air squats and
you're
burpees.
in a corner
Hazing
doing
yourself.
Turkish get-ups and banded hip thrusts.
Yeah.
by yourself.
Look
But-
at these washboard abs.
I don't have.
Yeah. Well, to that point, I'll say this: one other big reason team. It doesn't have to be a team. You need a team of people around you,
Mhm.
whether you're an individual or a team.
Yeah.
Are you referring to a tribe?
Tribe, whatever.
He's like, come on.
Let's go.
It really hit me. So I had done all those individual competitions around the world,
Mhm.
and my entire life, even though being on a football team or a lacrosse team or basketball, whatever team I was playing, I was always in the gym last or going out by myself and working out, whether it was before I had to go to school or after school. I was by myself all the time,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get better. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Loser. Yeah. No.
Totally. Same though. No friends.
Yeah. Well, teammates, right? But
Yeah.
I realized I always did that, and at a certain point, going through all these places around the world, I was like, "Yo, this is sick."
Yeah.
but I only have the memories with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, I can't take those with me when I die. Like, just kicking it, talking shit. Even if you could, like, who am I gonna like remember this shit with? Nobody.
Right.
And I was like, man, like this sucks. Like, I want to do this, but with other people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Like, obviously not with just people. Not a big fan of people. But like
People in general.
yeah, people in general.
Suck.
Like, right. Like but you need the people that make you better, that make you like want to grow and enjoy your time every day.
There's a one of my former clients started a podcast called My Fit Podcast, and he's big into the mindset thing. And he had somebody on, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but basically the guy's whole thing was at the end of your career and at the end of your life, you will remember the relationships that you had and how you treated people.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's definitely like goes right in line with that. Is like you want to build relationships and have these experiences with people, and that's what you know you're gonna remember, and not necessarily like the accolades or like anything like that.
Yeah, like the real relationships.
Yeah.
Probably like the biggest.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like my mentality on that changed so much. Like when I went to college for like football.
Dude, I think it's like just guys in general as they age. Like if you look at Jordan, like later on in his career, he started to get more like team oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bryant the same way. I'm watching that Conor McGregor documentary right now, and he's definitely like he was big like ego, and then once he got his fights after COVID, it was like a complete reversal, and he was like, oh, these guys are great, yada yada yada. And I think it's just like as guys age, they have less of an ego about themselves, and it's more about like, okay, now I want to build the relationships, and like now that I've established myself, I want to build the relationships.
That makes sense though.
Yeah, I mean, like literally my mindset, like when I went to college for football, was I went like in the summer before, like you actually are in school, and like I showed up and like, literally my mentality was like, I'm not here to fucking make friends. I'm here to take your motherfucking job and go to the NFL. Like I'm like here to be the best, and I don't care. Did that make friends? No.
You
People
still have that combine record?
for which one?
Oh, which one?
The 5-10-5?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was unofficial. They fucked me. Yeah, I ran. I don't know what they ended up putting down on the sheet, to be honest.
It was so fast they were just like. Ah.
Well, my fastest 5-10-5 ever was like a 3.51 or something. It's roughly around there. I can't remember. I've run it so many times. But
very fast.
try it out.
People that don't know.
3 seconds. It's a 3-second lateral shuffle to
5, 10, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to, change your direction just in the amount of time. But anyway, so yes.
So explosive, so dynamic.
That's a funny story. Yeah, did that, and you're only supposed to do it twice. And I ran. It was like some guy with his iPhone came over to me after I ran the first one. Because there was a ton of people just standing on the side watching us do this stuff, and I just finished through, and he's like, "Dude, you know how fast you just did that?" And I'm like, "Nah, like what, 3.7, maybe 3.8. Didn't feel as great." He's like, "Dude, you ran a 3.81. I've never seen that." And I'm like, "That's okay."
You did the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs, dude.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
what you did.
But then because it was like I did it again, and all the coaches like that were scouts were doing it, they're like, "That's not right. We both messed up.
Impossible.
Maybe do it again." Same thing. No. I'm like, "Yo,
This is what I'm doing.
like I'm really good at this. I'm really quick. I don't know what you want from me."
What was the other one?
So this one was super unofficial because it was at one of the All-Star games. They made us do a combine, and it's the L drill. So an L drill, you were drawing an L, right? But like if I was to start here, I would run and touch about that wall. It's about 5 yards. Come back, touch. Okay. Then go back to where that cone is. Hang a 90-degree angle, turn. Go about 5 more yards. Go around a cone. Come back.
I would come back through the L.
Yeah, so I'm drawing, like, I go down and back, and then I draw an L and have to trace it.
So it's like a P. P drill. Better name.
But you're not really creating a big loop, but sure. Yes, I ran a 6.17. I don't know a single person ever in the history of ever.
It's a weird looking P.
Yeah, it's just slender at the top.
So my combine I ran a
Wrong with
6.47, and then at the All-Star I ran a 6.17.
It's gross. See, look, all the sweat is coming from my legs.
Yeah, I couldn't run those anymore now. I don't think I would have to work on it, but yeah, that's a good time of my life. I was
Very
extremely good
cool.
at that stuff.
I interrupted you. I don't remember what you were talking
That's
about.
fine. We didn't even talk like.
I think we're on the 3 to 5 year thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't say yours.
So I'll rather start with like I don't think I'll ever be done competing. I'm just an athlete
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. However, I do love coaching those that want to have goals and like want to accomplish these, but like have the same mentality that I've had my entire life. Is like everything like about your goal, you have like if it's that big, which you should have goals that people are like, you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong room. If I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally like attainable, like no,
Yeah.
like
Because everyone's risk averse at heart.
Fuck yeah.
So like when I told people I was moving, everyone was like, "How are you gonna? Oh my god! Oh yeah! Like blah, blah, blah. You're almost like you're 27 years old." Blah, blah. I'm like, why are you so fucking scared? I'm doing it.
I'm doing it, yeah.
People I don't even know, like old clients I had and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys are just scared, man.
Yeah.
It's like actually do what you want to do.
Right.
Go after the goals that you,
Mhm.
those deep-seated goals you have.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be risk averse.
Yeah.
It's super lame.
Yeah, I think I like one big thing I want to coach athletes. I have a super big passion for this because it's happened to me. Like, and that's kind of how a lot of us take our lives. Is those that are blacklisted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those that like don't get the attention that deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Those that work just as fucking hard, but because of they don't know this person, that they don't get the same treatment.
Yeah.
They like I want those people. I want those people the fucking dogs that fucking are like, I'm gonna go get what's fucking mine and I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And but like they need help. At the end of the day, like the one thing I wish I would have taken was help. Because I was like, I don't give a fuck about anything anybody's saying. I'm going to just do it, and my work will speak for it. Yeah, the work speaks for it, but
at the same time, you need
help. In this world, you need help marketing. You need help.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had it, I'd be probably sitting in a different chair.
Right.
But those people, like, I can help those people. I've been through it, and I know that. I also, I really do like analyzing things. I analyze myself, coached myself since 2018.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot that I can see, and same thing with football. I was coaching younger athletes with like football teams, and I love it. I do, and I probably at some point will start coaching football teams again.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, like right now, like last year, I coached the lacrosse team and just strength conditioning.
Yeah.
And I played lacrosse for a long time, and I wish I had more time. I would help coach that team. They won state championship last year. I coached a football team. They lost in the state championship a couple years ago, but they were like 3-8 the year before, and then they went 12-1. So
It's an improvement.
Yeah.
Large improvement.
Yeah.
But like I really have a passion for changing like athletes' lives, and that I like athletes that are
kind of on like the bubble, trying to break in.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to break in, but also like. I mean, I don't really care age-wise, but I need them to be passionate about what they want to do and be able to be responsible enough to know, like, I have to do this for my goal. If you're not that mentality, so it doesn't. That's why I don't want to say age.
Yeah.
If you don't have the mentality for that, I need you to get that first, and then we can mold it.
Yeah,
to be better.
it's so hard to. It is difficult for people to understand that though, and understand that mentality of like, yo, you have to dedicate your fucking life to this. Like, if you have insane goals, that is what you live. You live that goal, and that is it. And it's hard to get people, like, people like the idea of that, but they don't necessarily truly
They're not about
want
it.
that. Yeah. And sometimes though, you can find people and like walk them through the process of learning how to do that and learning how to be about that. And everybody's journey is significantly different on that route. But yeah, I think that's like the mentality thing is definitely I think because like all of us have been there too, like just been absolutely obsessed with something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like the obsession is called insanity, but at the same time, like insane goals take that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Longevity of those goals takes balance.
Mm-hmm.
and you have to find your line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the hard part that I learned the past year was like, because I'm always just like fucking wanting to do stuff, but like when to like
Dial it back.
well, when to not do something.
Oh, okay.
Because I would always like no matter what, like I was always hitting all my pieces or whatever, like whatever
Was
doing,
on paper.
no matter what the circumstances were, like
Mhm.
I am getting all this done, and then I was like not getting stronger,
Mm-hmm.
like not all these things, and it's like, well now I'm like, okay, if I didn't sleep very well, like I haven't like I said at the track, I was like, I didn't earn to do that second session because
But
it was like
the way you said it though, I was like, oh, you fucked something up earlier in the day. Now you're like masochisting yourself. But then when you explained it, I was like, oh, that is actually a great way to think about it. Like,
That's
you
how
didn't
I
earn
see
the
it.
recovery to be able to go.
Because if I'm not doing like, and it's not always your fault, but it's like if I'm not doing A, B, I don't get to do like C.
Yeah.
Like the first like the first like session is like, you know, that's what everyone's doing. That's the bare minimum. But like to get to do what everyone's not doing, like it takes backtracking.
Yeah.
Like you have to have this like, did you get enough sleep?
Did you eat enough?
Did you eat enough at the right time or
Yeah.
whatever? Like
Are you
then
hydrated
you can
enough?
then you can hit that next one, not just because like you're motivated to hit it.
Right.
Because I was at the gym at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and I was like, I'm so fired up to hit this, and I was like, I woke up at 4 today and yesterday,
Is this a good idea?
and I was like, I was trashed. My body was trashed. I was like, this is probably not. I don't think I earned this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing I've taken away,
Yeah.
which has helped a lot. Because then you feel better, and then you're not breaking down anymore.
Yeah. It's not like 3 weeks of hard training, 3 weeks of broken, 3 weeks of hard training.
Yeah.
5 weeks of broken.
To me, that's the hardest thing.
You can do that when you're 17, and it's a good time to build that mentality.
Yes.
You just
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
There's stages, and you're at the stage of being a little smarter, so you can keep getting better.
Yeah.
But I think there's also an important time to actually do the opposite and build that mentality. Like,
Yeah.
I will run through
When
a
you're-
brick
yeah.
wall.
And that would be like in season.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're just like, your body has to go through those motions essentially, and you have to get that extra volume in no matter what, pretty much, to make progress. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's July.
Yeah. Don't need to be broken in July.
No.
For
shouldn't be.
January.
No.
Yeah. But like to your point, Griffin, everybody has a different journey too, and like, man, when you're young and a male, you are fucking invincible, and you can just do anything that you want. But then there comes a point in time where you're like, fuck, my body's breaking down, and like, luckily, Pat, you found out like, hey, I need to slow things down a little bit so I can keep progressing. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people, especially early on in CrossFit, that didn't figure that out and they just quit. And like,
Oh yeah.
they're like, yeah, Christian. Are you making a comeback though?
I don't know. I'll see.
I've seen your Instagram.
Yeah, we'll see.
So yeah, it's like, to your point, like finding that balance is so crucial. Especially
That's why you got 3 coaches right here that can help you figure out your balance. Been through it.
multitudes
Yeah.
of times.
Not trying to break people
Well,
mentally. Well, not physically, but mentally, yes.
To rebuild them?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
To rebuild them.
Sometimes I think you do have to break physically in the sport.
For sure. It's a
Because if you're not breaking like you do
gotta be
have
pushing
to
the
break.
limits.
Yeah,
You have to press
if you
limits,
don't break
know
physically,
where
you're
they
not
are.
pushing your limits. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to push the limits 100%. And you have to eat more food than you think you do.
So much more.
Dude.
it's a lot of food. It's a job.
Yeah.
Literally. That's the most annoying thing where it's like, I really need to hit this piece, but I also really need to get food. And it's like, okay, like how much time do I have to like, eat all this?
I used to eat peanut butter at the gym. Just spoonfuls of peanut butter.
That's insanity.
Especially because I was
See,
allergic
just
to
sitting
it.
by yourself in the corner eating jars of peanut butter like a weirdo.
I ordered a pizza to the gym
Solo
one time.
journey.
That was not good.
Stop ordering pizzas to the land nav site. You seen that?
No.
It's like
the first time.
like Fort Bragg or whatever, and they're like all these soldiers out on the land nav site, and this guy comes up and he's like, "Stop ordering fucking pizzas to the land nav site." So funny, dude.
That's great. That's great.
Uh,
Well, you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Cool.
I gotta coach humans.
Tie a little bow on it. Yeah, I'm also coaching.
Lit. Well,
As we spoke about previously.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go.
Now it's time to go coach.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you give these guys a follow on Instagram. What's your guys' handles?
We gotta make yours better.
Heavy singles?
No, I love that.
Why? Well, I was gonna make a dating site for plus size people, and then I just abandoned it.
I feel like we can do so much with your
turned
last
it into
name.
my Instagram. No, we could do that. Let's do it.
I think we
I'm
can.
so up to.
You guys have been playing Diablo for like hours.
Yeah, but I feel his last name is
Brainstorm.
long. So
If
my
you
first
got
name starts with the letter P.
if you got any recommendations, drop them in the comments.
Yeah,
for sure.
Drop some new Instagram handles for me in the comments below, so I don't have to keep repping this failed business idea.
Mine's not changing. CrossFit Thor.
Yep. Sweet. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys next time.
And it's still 87 degrees.
Oh, shoot, we forgot to say that, what it got up to. Oh, it's still going?
Yeah.
Oh, 87 is our final.
I feel like, man, it's gotta be on the.
There's no way it kept getting
Do air
harder and
squats,
harder.
Pat. Do air
Yeah.
squats.
It's gotta be on the brink of 88.
It's got to be close.
It's on the brink.
Just edit that in, Christian.